What's going on, guys? I appreciate you all tuning in again. And today I want to go over a very important topic, and I want to go over my story regarding this topic and how it can help each and every one of you. And that topic is building confidence as a man. Now, I want you to think about something, right? The average modern man right now has no fucking confidence, is a fucking bum. And I hate to say that, but it's so true. You see these guys out there, and they're not expressing any masculinity. They're scrolling all day on TikTok. They're not eating a healthy diet. They're not training in the gym properly. The average man doesn't deserve confidence because he does nothing to obtain that confidence. So the very first thing you need to understand is in order to build confidence, you have to build habits that allow you to build confidence. This includes going to the gym, formulating a diet. And I will be literally breaking down every single one of these concepts on YouTube videos. I will give you every single key you need to build confidence. If you consume my content and you watch what I'm putting out, you can literally get in the best shape of your life just from watching that, from free fucking YouTube videos. So I need you to understand that you watching this video right now, don't just watch it, don't just consume it. I want you to engage with this video and truly grasp and understand what I'm talking about because I can and will change your life going over these topics. And I need you to understand that if you apply yourself to what I say, you take into account what I'm saying, you will change your life. Okay? I need you to understand that. So, on the topic of confidence, obviously, yes, the way to build it is through a healthy routine, through going to the gym, through tracking your calories, eating a healthy diet, getting your micronutrients in, getting your sleep in, getting time in the sun, whatever that may be. But what you need to understand is that confidence comes from within. What do I mean by this? You will never have confidence if you rely on other people to bring you that confidence, because then you are getting your validation from an external source. Whenever you get your validation from an external source, you are not obtaining that confidence. That confidence is not coming from you. You do not feel confident in yourself because of you, because of what you're doing. You feel confident because somebody else is telling you look good. You feel confident because somebody else is giving you praise and telling you you're successful. You don't need that as a man. What you need is to build habits and build a lifestyle that gives you all the confidence you could possibly need. Because I promise you, if you were living a dialed lifestyle, you were living a lifestyle that fulfilled you and a lifestyle where you had a purpose and you're in good shape and you have a good routine, you'll have all the confidence you need no matter who's telling you you deserve it. No matter who's telling you that you should be confident, that you look good, that you're successful, you do not need that as a man. So I want to tell you my story a little bit, and I've touched on this in my other video, but I never had the right confidence because I was in a relationship my entire life. I went through back-to-back 2-year relationships. And that's not inherently a bad thing, but it's bad when your only source of confidence, your only source of fulfillment comes from a singular woman. Because you are not building that confidence for yourself. You are not being better for yourself. You're being better to fulfill a woman. And that's not what you need. You need that time alone, and you need to work for yourself. Even if you have a girlfriend, even if you're in a healthy relationship, you need to be better for you as opposed to just being better for somebody else. If they encourage you to be better, sure, that's great. That's awesome you have somebody that supports you. But at the end of the day, you're never going to build long-term confidence, and you're never going to have confidence if all you get it from is somebody else's opinion, somebody else's validation. So the first thing you need to understand is that other people's opinions should never be taken into account when assessing your own self. Okay? What do I mean by this? I mean that you should feel confident based on who you are as a person, and you should know who you are as a person and know that you are deserving to be confident, that you have an ideal life and that you are striving to be better and therefore you should be confident. Okay? That's what you need to understand. And the reason I touch so much on why having a girlfriend can be bad for you, why dating someone can be bad for you, is because most of the time when you're in a relationship, you're using that person as a crutch, okay? You're using that person to give you all the support you need, so you're not progressing, right? Confidence comes from progression. They go hand in hand. I need you to understand that. Whenever you're progressing constantly in life, you're going to feel more confident because you're living a better lifestyle. If you're living a better lifestyle, you're going to have more confidence. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. The more input you put in, the more output you deserve. And that output comes in a better body, a better mindset, and more confidence. But if you're not putting any input in, and you're in a comfortable state, you're not going to make any progress. And that's why I preach the art of being uncomfortable. You should put yourself in an uncomfortable position regardless of where you are in life. I need you to understand that, okay? You should be in a position where you are not comfortable, where nobody is holding your hand the whole way along. You should be nervous for the next step. You should be in a place of anticipation, excitement. You should constantly be in a place where you're trying to level up. If you hit every goal for your fitness journey, if you're in the best shape of your life, cool. Do more, be better, be better. You need to constantly strive to progress. Otherwise, if you're not striving to progress, that confidence will go out the window. Okay? So, anyways, to my story, which I know I've touched on this, but I need to hammer down on this because once you understand this, you'll understand exactly how to be confident and how to love yourself as a man. So, when I finally was done with both those relationships, after that 4-year period, I was lost. I was in an uncomfortable position, okay? Because I had somebody holding my hand for the past 4 years, and as soon as I didn't, that's the first time I've been in that uncomfortable state. And I didn't know what to do. And it's normal to not know what to do when you first get into that uncomfortable state because you've had a crutch your entire life. And once that crutch is gone, you don't know how to walk anymore. So when I'm in this position, I'm 5 weeks out from a bodybuilding show, I don't know what I'm going to do. All I know is I need to bodybuild, but I don't know how to improve every other facet of my life. So what do, right? I formulate a routine that allows me to build confidence and allows me to strive on my own. And I am literally documenting every single day of that routine on my Instagram, every single day of how you can apply it directly to your life and improve your life in literally 30 days. I have carried that habit on for the rest, since my prep, I've carried that on for the past 7 to 8 months, and it's completely transformed my life. I've never been more fulfilled, I've never been happier, and that's literally because I am striving for validation from within. I'm not doing anything that I do. I'm not getting in better shape. I'm not running my business, my social media. I'm not striving to be better in school. I'm not doing any of that for anyone else other than myself. And the second you start to do that, the second you start to prioritize yourself, that's whenever you'll make real progress. So as I'm going through this breakup and as I'm in this uncomfortable position, that's when I really start to progress because I know I need to be better. And I'm in a place where I have all this new free time and I don't know what to do with it, right? And that's why I started my business. That's why I started coaching. That's why I now have a job that fulfills me and I run a business that fulfills me where I can change lives. Solely because of going through something like that and being in an uncomfortable state. Being in an uncomfortable state made my life do a complete 180. Okay? I need you to understand that. I was in shape, but I wasn't doing anything with it. I didn't have a good routine. And I wasn't giving my all into the gym until towards the end of this relationship. And then afterwards, I wasn't putting my all in. I would drink every single weekend. I'd fuck off during the week. I'd eat fast food all the time. What good is a good physique if you feel like shit and don't have a routine that builds you confidence? It doesn't matter. The confidence comes, but only if you're deserving of it. So you need to understand that to be deserving of confidence, you don't need to just have a good physique. You need to have a good lifestyle. You need your lifestyle and your mindset to be correct. Otherwise, you're not deserving of that confidence. That confidence is never going to come to you if you're half-assing every facet of your life. You need to put full effort in. You need to constantly strive to improve and strive to be better. Otherwise, you're not going to progress. So, as I'm in this uncomfortable state, I realize how much of a blessing it is. And I realize how much I can impact others with that. And that's why I took social media to the next level and I started my business because I understand that you watching, there's a good chance you've gone through the same thing or you're going through the same thing. And you're not confident as a man. You want to be better, but you don't know how to be better. You don't know how to strive and get that confidence. And I'm telling you right now, right here, the way to do it is to be better for you. And I preach that in every single one of my videos. Be better for yourself because you deserve it. You deserve to be better and you deserve to live a life that fulfills you, but you have to put in the work to get there. Okay? I don't want to hear any excuse. I don't want to hear, oh, I worked 40 hours a week. Cool. I worked 65 hours a week whenever I was getting in the best shape of my life and starting a business at the same time because I was in debt. 65 hours every single week. So if I can do it, you can too. And I'm living proof of that. Okay? You have so much more in store for you that you don't even realize. But you have to go get it. It's not going to come to you. You're not magically going to get this dream body. You're not magically going to have this confidence out of nowhere. No one's going to hand it to you. And if someone does hand it to you, it's only temporary. It wasn't earned. You were given that confidence by somebody externally, and therefore you do not deserve it. You were simply given it as a gift. It's like winning the lottery, right? Most people that win the lottery go broke in 2 years because they didn't earn that money and they don't know what to do with it, and they just fucking blow it on something. And then next thing you know, they're homeless on the street. So you can't be homeless on the street after you're out of that uncomfortable state. If you get broken up with, you can't be down in the dumps and have no confidence whatsoever and lose your most valuable asset as a man, which is your confidence. You need to not have that crutch. And if you do have that crutch, you need to not think of it as a crutch and you need to move past it and grow for you, not just for somebody else. So if you're watching this and you made it to the end of this, then I need you to understand that the key to confidence is yourself. Nobody should be bringing you confidence. You shouldn't be relying on somebody else as a crutch to give you that confidence. It doesn't matter how many amazing people you have in your life. I promise you, you don't need validation from them. Validation comes from within. And as soon as you realize that you are all that you need, that your routine is a direct correlation to your confidence, that your lifestyle directly implies how confident you will be, that your physique is resemblance of how confident you are as a man, that's whenever your whole life will change. You'll feel more confident, you'll feel comfortable in your own skin, and the reason for that is because you're developing a routine and you're developing a life that is better, more fulfilling, and more importantly, it is the life that you know you deserve to live. So please, please, go live that life. It's too short for you not to.